Okay, let me take a look at what we got here. A couple of post-it notes are like right on the horizon for being knocked out. Like Lost, Alt Path, or True Ending. It should be plausible. Should be plausible. Hey NL, I'm a couple of months out from our first baby. Do you have any advice? Whatever. It's literally a useless item there. Not the baby. Not the baby! The baby's not useless. If I think back to like advice that would have helped me out, interesting. The advice, first off, congratulations, yes. But the advice that would have helped me out, I don't know. I think that there's the way I've talked about it since we've had our baby, and now she's almost 9 months old, or she's like 8.5, I guess. Not years. That'd be well, time flies. I think the amount of work at the start of it is a lot, but it's overestimated to some extent. Like I was under the impression, or at least I prepared for the idea that like every waking second when you have a newborn baby was gonna be like busy, you'd have something to do, etc., etc. That's not really the case. Like the first several weeks of the child's life, there are flashes of busyness. What a great item for us, by the way. But they do also be sleeping a lot, and at irregular intervals for sure, but they do be sleeping like fairly regularly. You'll find yourself with some downtime where you get a chance to like relax. I honestly, like, I hesitate to give this advice because I think the wrong kind of person would take it the wrong kind of way. But one of the pieces of advice I would give you is like, don't worry that much. Like, I always try to remember that, you know, I read some baby books. Kate read a lot of baby books, which really took a lot of the work off for me. But there is also, like, at the back of your head, you got to remember that, like, you know, people have been having... I should have tried the reroll there. What was I thinking? People have been having, you know, babies for a long time. We actually have, like... And of course, like, you know, it goes better now for the most part than it did back then. But... people have been having babies forever, and you got the benefit of actually having, like, a superpower. Like, Google is an unbelievable tool for you. Like, for example, you know, if you... inevitably, within the first 3 months, I believe you will find yourself Googling the phrase, something baby poop. Like, baby poop green? Baby poop black? Baby poop sticky? Baby poop log? Like, you'll Google, like, different varieties of baby poop, like, you know, so many times. If you just, you know, remember that you're really just taking it day by day, then, you know, it's much less overwhelming. But then the secondary thing that I would definitely say is it is a lot more work long-term. Maybe not than I originally thought, but then I think people fixate on like that newborn phase, or at least I did, without realizing that, like, I mean, it's like a lifetime commitment, for sure. It's not like once the newborn phase is done, and like we're very lucky that our daughter has like an amazing sleep schedule that allows our lives to kind of exist normally. But once you get like that under control, it's not like, you know, everything else takes care of itself. It's still a lot of work. So, I don't know. That's some insight, at least to my experience so far. My niece is 2, and I think she's a terrorist? What do you mean by that? When you say your niece is a terrorist, what do you mean by this statement? Let's go! That's huge. If you had taken Magic Skin, that's 11 free items. Yeah, but would one of those 11 items have been the Pact? I don't think so, Tim. I crashed the game by using the Soul of Jacob and Esau. That's cool. That should only take a second to fix then. Yeah, it does that. second chance at magic skin. I mean, honestly, I'm like happy where we stand. I have to do this whole floor all over again? Well, we'll probably just drop it. I'm not getting magic skin. Like, I want to win. And I think that the best way to win is to take items that are good. Magic skin, it's got a lot of potential associated with it. I choose to just take my my tears and damage upgrade. Magic skin in the curse room? No, I don't think so. He will never find magic skin in the curse room. Kappa face. This is a prime opportunity to clip farm. I'm calling it right now. This curse room, magic skin. Ooh, clip that, clip that. Okay, chat, this one's just for you. But if it goes wrong, it's your ass. Wow, way to go. That's so much better than the Pact. Wow, I'm so... What the... Oh, well, in my defense, I thought it worked the other way. Oh, but... It's alright, I don't need the Pact anyway. Where's my 11 free items, man? Where's my 11 free items? I was promised 11 items. I was also promised that one of them would be dead cat. And then the other 10 are just gravy as far as I'm concerned. Use the game crashing rune? No, that's resin. I don't disrespect it, but it's too resinous for me. Anyway, driving through downtown, begging for the location of my 11 items through text. Making my way downtown, walking fast, stations passed, and I'm homebound. Did we didn't buy that last. Oh, dude, the game's broken. Every tainted card is tainted High Priestess. Like, it never ends. I don't know why, but tainted High Priestess is like by far the most common card. And I need you, duck-a-duck-a-duck, and I miss you, duck-a-duck-a-duck. And now I wonder. I gotta say, White Chicks, not a good movie in my opinion. In case you were curious about, after watching the movie, what my thoughts on the movie White Chicks is. Not a good movie, quite frankly. Terry Crews is definitely the highlight. Malf, have you ever seen it? There's some stuff there that I think we would both laugh at if we were in person. I do like the FBI agent whose recurring bit is presenting would you rather questions and then being grossed out by the answer. So get this. Would you rather do Carmen Electra or Pam Anderson, but they both have a yeast infection? And then the guy goes, okay, Pam Anderson. And then he goes, you're a freak. She has a yeast infection. Oh, it's pretty good. You know, maybe it's actually one of the best movies ever made. Okay, hold on. Mr. Dolly. Mouth, don't say just make bread, man. Come on, dude. Come on, man. Disgusting. Yeah, it's not even close. Like, Terry Crews is 1,000,000,000% the highlight of the movie. Also, like, honest appraisal, and I don't mean this to insult Terry Crews. Terry Crews actually looks younger now than he did in White Chicks. What the heck is this? Birdcage fat buddy. I got a turkey ass. It's bad. Okay. No, I don't mean it in a negative way at all. I just mean, like, there's something about the way that Terry Crews's head looks in White Chicks. I'm probably gonna die. That has him looking younger now than he did in White Chicks. I don't know what it's like. He got a collagen injection into his scalp at some point in the last 17 years. This is regular Lost, not tainted Lost. He might have, for all I know, but like I say, this is a fellow bald man. Like his head in White Chicks is like a little wrinkly. His scalp, I should say. And now I feel like it's smooth, man. Then again, it's possible that the makeup artists on White Chicks just kind of, you know, didn't know what they were doing. I mean, the makeup and prosthetics of the movie are truly horrifying, so... It does also have Deb from Dexter in it. So keep in mind, I've watched Norbit and White Chicks in the past 3 days, okay? What's the next movie on the list? If we're following the logical path, what's the next thing I watch? Oh, baby. Adam Sandler movies. I do have to say, when using the Netflix app, it shows you like what the most searched movies are, or maybe it's lying to me and it's just telling me what it thinks I would like to watch based on all the things I watch ironically. But literally, like, the top 7 search results were Adam Sandler movies, and then the one right below it was Coco Melon, the like 1-year-old children's programming channel. I looked for Little Man. Unfortunately, Little Man is not on Netflix. I don't know where maybe you could pay $3 to watch it on Amazon Prime. I will also say that the Jackass movies are not on Netflix anymore. I'm hopeful that maybe they'll come back because, you know, the 4th one's coming out soon. Little Man is on Amazon Prime in America. I bet it's on Amazon Prime in Canada then. There you go. Yeah, Jackass in Canada is apparently is only available right now for free on Tubi, which is a platform that allows you to stream movies with advertisements. Or you can pay $2.99 and rent it from Amazon Prime Video. Tubi. Craigasm. Shot speed up. Not Quibi. Not Quibi. Oh, that's a good point. I should really see Deuce Bigalow, Male Gigolo again. It's been a long time. I owned it on DVD. Technically, I guess my parents probably still own it on DVD. But I will say, it was never, like, one of my favorite movies, but it was one of those movies that, like... Don't kill me. You would go to, HMV, and it would be like, hey, you can take any 3 movies out of this bin for $9.99. And I saw Deuce Bigalow, Male Gigolo in there, and I was like, I gotta have it. Love Guru, we actually, well, not we, but I watched it like less than 2 years ago. It's truly terrible for sure. But it's also the only way you'll ever see the Toronto Maple Leafs win a Stanley Cup in my lifetime. Hi-yo, terrible dodging. We should just leave, but here I go staying. Trade offer. Yeah, not a big fan of Rob Schneider. You know how, like, in that I Think You Should Leave sketch, Tim Robinson says, I'm such a big fan of his music and his acting? It's like, Rob Schneider's like, I'm such not a big fan of his movies or his acting. I used to have a weird obsession about the movie Little Man because I watched it on the same day I learned about the I learned about the Mayan apocalypse of 2012, which scared the crap out of me as a kid. What a weirdly specific and yet, you know, totally relatable story. Not for me, I was a little older than that, but a lot of movies, like when I was a kid, I talked about the fact that like I was an anxiety-ridden kid to some extent. The movie Independence Day scared the crap out of me. Like I couldn't watch and enjoy Independence Day until like, I don't know, probably until I was like 14. I saw it for the first time when I was like 8, and I was like, this is the scariest movie that's ever been put to film. I think Signs was the first scary movie I ever saw in theaters too, and I ascribed like a weird power to horror movies. I was like, seeing a horror movie in the theater, like what if it's so scary, like I have to turn it off, but I can't. Then you realize like, it's just on the screen. It's just a video. I don't know why I was so scared of horror movies. I literally don't fear anything, not joking. Come on. Like, like, movies, sure. Like, if you're not scared of a movie, that's one thing. You don't fear anything. You're, like, dying alone. Oh, whatever. It would just be funny. What are you talking about? What if Prison Mike threw you up against the wall? Eight-legged freaks scared the crap out of me. I had no idea it was supposed to be funny. Dude, you know what? I was actually going to mention Eight-Legged Freaks, because that's one of the first horror movies, you know, when you get to that age where you know, start to actually have, like, some social hangouts with your classmates without constant parental supervision. This is a little painful. In, like, 8th or 9th grade at my friend's birthday party, there were, I don't know, maybe, like, 8 or 12 of us there, and they were like, we should watch a horror movie. And then they watched Eight-Legged Freaks, and I was like, yeah, let's do it. But in my head, I was like, I was like scared. But then when I watched it, I was like, this isn't that scary. That's David Arquette. You can't be scared of anything that David Arquette's in, unless you're an investor. But I was like, yeah, it's so scary. Sorry, Malf. I know you're a big David Arquette fan, thanks to Ready to Rumble. I don't want to say something I can't take back. Hey, yeah, be dead. Thank you. I will rule you. I do quote the Nuns singing Van Halen a lot, even though I've never seen it. It's Stolen Valor. It's pretty good. I don't know if it'll even work, but in theory, it's pretty good. Excuse me? I was glancing. Don't hurt me. Thank you. It stacks. Let's go. Lin-Manuel Miranda voice. Let's go. You should watch Your Highness. I have seen Your Highness. I have also seen Year One. I get them both confused. Because they're both, like, really bad. I'm not even just saying that to, like, be, like, a snob. They're both, like, very terrible movies. Did you... dude, I'm glad that we're having a Roganaissance. Like, people are starting to remember that Seth Rogen... Yeah, a lot of his jokes are about the same semi-legal substance, and he do be laughing, like, a lot. But I'm glad people are coming back to the idea that he's, like, a genuinely funny guy. And not just funny, but, like, affable as well. I've always enjoyed, like, you know, anytime, like, he was on that Netflix show where they were eating food and they were in Vancouver. That was a fun episode. But he gave an interview when he was promoting his book about how he was telling this story about how, like, in 2007 or something like that, he and Judd Apatow went to Tom Cruise's house to talk movies or something, and then Tom Cruise tried to indoctrinate him into Scientology. But that's not even the point of the story. The point of the story is, like, when Tom Cruise invited him, it was a long drive, and by the time he got to his house, he had to go to the bathroom really bad. But he didn't want to, like, walk into Tom Cruise's house and then be like, "Can I use your bathroom?" Even though that's totally normal. I can understand you know, you're meeting a famous guy. So he drove, what a waste of my life. He drove up it, like, halfway up his 3-mile long driveway and then just pulled a bottle out of his car and then peed in the bottle. And then everything was fine with the meeting. And then he drove back out, and when he got to the spot where he peed, he noticed there was, like, a bright red light in the woods. So he definitely, like, got caught on camera pissing in a bottle right before his interview, which is just hilarious. He said, like, I hope that's in a, like, Tom Cruise Scientology blackmail folder somewhere. Oh, man. It's good stuff. r/that happened. r/nothing ever happens. Caught in 240p. Dianetics? More like diuretics. This is a good joke. What the heck was, what was I saying? What the heck is Jack Black saying when he goes, in the Tenacious D song? Dianetics Jr. much better than Krishna. Dianetics Jr. much better indeed. What is he saying, man? The people in the back. I believe he says we're smoking on a big old bowl of weed. It's Jack Black. No one knows. I like when he makes his voice go, you know, like he goes, ah, and then he goes, oh, but, I'm not insulting Jack Black. I love Jack Black so much that I think if Seth Rogen ever gets a biopic, Jack Black should play Seth Rogen and Seth Rogen should play Jack Black. Wouldn't that be sick? Anyway, sorry, I don't remember what I was talking about. Hello, Jay. I need to apologize. I think I cursed the Avalanche. I don't think I have that much power, but I do feel like I kind of cursed the Colorado Avalanche. After the Avs beat the Knights 7-1 in the first game, I was making a lot of jokes at Vegas's expense, and I said, I always hate when Vegas does well in the playoffs, but it looks like there's no danger of that. And since then, they have, like, just absolutely dominated the Avs in every single game. Even though they lost one, they dominated that game as well. Son of a... So if Vegas beats the Avs, they play Montreal. On the one hand, oof. On the other hand, it would be the most embarrassing way for them to get knocked out of the playoffs, so there is that. Good luck, Colorado. Yeah, wait, did the Isles lose last night? Like, did they, so they're going to Game 7 against Boston? Like, bro, just beat Boston. Don't kill me. How hard could it be? This is the absolute worst time for a glance. It's still 3-2 Isles. Okay, let's... Oh, I didn't realize they were only going to Game 6. My mistake. We don't need the speed. Why did I grab it then? Don't laugh. I'm laughing. You don't laugh. They ain't beating Boston? I don't know, brother. They're up 3-2. Seems like they already have. Yeah, okay. Mom's knife. Great item. Great item. I'm not bashing the Habs. Like, so there's 6 teams presently left in the NHL. Tampa Bay, Montreal, Colorado, Vegas, New York Islanders, Boston Bruins. In order of want to win least to want to win most. Least, Boston Bruins. Full stop. Easiest answer in my life. Second least, Vegas Golden Knights. Obviously. That's easy enough. Then, I would say the Tampa Bay Lightning. I got nothing against them. But they did win last year. So, you know, they end up in the lower half. Then you got Islanders, Avalanche, Montreal. I would probably say Avalanche next. You know, they've had success in my lifetime. And then I would love to see Montreal win, but I'd say Islanders second and Montreal first. I got nothing against the Habs. Like, every other Canadian team annoys the crap out of me, or at least their fan bases do. Like, Montreal is one of those teams, like, when Toronto comes, like, they play one home or one away game a year in Vancouver, and you always, even if you don't follow hockey, you know when it's happening, because everybody in the city seems to be wearing Maple Leafs jerseys and, like, picking fights with everybody. When Montreal does it, they just come to the city, and I don't even really notice. Like, I see them in their Montreal jerseys, but they seem to just be, like, enjoying life. I'm not, you know... Every fan base has a minority of bad eggs. Vancouver's up there, by the way, in terms of most annoying. But they're also my team, so what do you want me to say? That's all I got. Anyway, so that's, I think the Islanders are cool. Also, they have blue and orange jerseys, which are two of the best colors. IMO. I'll tell you, so, like, again, it's just sports. I know we've been talking a lot of sports lately, but, so, like, it's not real life. But yes, if you were to ask me, you know, what do the fan bases or the teams I enjoy the least have in common? Okay. I hate to say it, okay? But, like, the Leafs, the Bruins, and the Knights all have something in common, which is they embrace their role as, like, being the evil empire of the National Hockey League. They see themselves as, like, you know, they get scared when we play. You know, we're the Darth Vader of the NHL. And then when they lose, they go, why does everyone dislike us? I don't understand, like, why we became the most, like, you just embrace your villain role. No, I'm not going into the curse room because, like, the curse room is only free if we don't get hit while we're inside. And with Mom's knife, I'm not necessarily promising that. They're like, rent-free, we're living rent-free in your head. Rent-free, I'm living rent-free. And then, you know, when they lose, they're like, why is everybody mean to us? I don't understand. Well, we're gonna get hit anyway. I forgot, we're on the mausoleum. I'm just a notch in your bedpost and you're just a line in a song. Big ups to the boss for never shooting. Big fan of the boss for never shooting at all. Just be straight with me, Chad. Do I take this or don't I? Hard take. Okay. Take it very good. What do you do with it? Use it right now? Is it gonna double the Eternal D6? Then why would I use it now? I can't even follow chat, man. It's going so fast. It doubles all items. It doubles everything from this point onwards. So I should take the D6 from this point then. Yes. Okay. All right. And then when I get hit, it could fall on us. But in theory, we should not be able to get hit because we have holy. If we get hit, we die anyway, right? Okay, so this seems amazing. Exactly. That's wonderful news. Why didn't you say so? Gulp. It's free items forever. Yoink. Trade offer. I receive 12 luck. Holy Mantle does not protect Isaac from death when the sword falls. Yeah, but that's not like if it only triggers on taking damage. How will the sword fall if I can't get hit without dying in the first place, Drake? If it only triggers when the sword falls, how could I get hit if I already die if I get hit, Drake? Riddle me this. It has a very small chance to fall. Can I ask you a question? What causes the chance for it to fall? And then from there we will proceed with the conversation. No. No. Seconds passing? I thought it was on damage take. I thought it was on damage take. It's on both? Is it just because chat doesn't know the difference between time passing and damage taking because they take damage all the time anyway? Owned. Hashtag get owned. Exactly. You got it? Let's go. +2. +2. Oh. I think we got it all figured out. I'm not sweating it. Just give me a good card so we win easily. Good card, please. Trade offer. That is a good card. We'll use that on the curse. And by the curse, I mean the corpse. Well, you really got to start killing the right enemy first there. Make sure you take Bloody Crown. What's Bloody Crown do again? I'm stupid. It's useless. You get item rooms in the womb. He's not even the best crown in the band. What was that mouth? I had a joke that was inspired by you the other day. It was a joke about Ringo Starr, but I don't remember the exact methodology for it. It might have also been a YouTube joke. I don't... Just give it a sec. It's not that... Oh, yeah. It's... He's not even the best joker in the society. Or something like that. It was something along those lines. I will try. Trade offer. Amazing. We do have a 38% chance of a devil deal. I do need to note for the YouTube purposes, apparently the corpse counts as the womb for our purposes here. So there is a value to having Bloody Crown. Trade offer? I don't know. The joke has now just become saying trade offer when you get something, which doesn't even make sense. I just... Yeah, it's useless, but if it weren't, it would be frickin' sick. We're at the tier cap. Why is the tier cap different for each character, you know? Like, some characters is 5, some characters is 6. Like, make up your mind. What the hell's going on? Holy Bursch. Well, I'll tell you, I'm not taking Libra. So I think that this is re-rollable. We're at the tier cap. I guess we'll just take it. Gulp. Okay, this is a very important situation. If you get hit, don't be afraid to use that Emperor card. Okay, that's not going to be a problem. It's pretty good. It's a pretty good run. Don't hit me. Now, I will say, I do feel like it's gonna be tough. Let's not say tough. Let's just say not guaranteed. It's gonna be not guaranteed to beat the very final boss. Like, that's hard. So it would be nice if we could find something that would mix that up for us. Like, if we could get some extra defense. None of these do it. Sadly, none of these do it, but we can just get ready to reroll in a sec. We also got the mushroom transformation, which is rare. I'm not going to use the Emperor card. First off, we got a lot of opportunities to possibly get some items, including the stapler trade offer. Plus, if we save the Emperor card, then we have a teleport we can use if something goes terribly wrong. This run's is got some gas, man. This run's got some gas. Trade offer. I'm terrified of the exploding bonies. Fair enough. It's valid. You know what would really hit the spot right now? Is just an Algiz run. Like, I think this run is workable. No doubt. But an Algiz rune would really help out. Why not? Is the humor here just 2-month-old memes? I think if you're looking for discerning laughter that forms a coherent worldview, twitch.tv/Dennis Miller is that away. I mean, I don't want to go off on a rant here, but does anyone else think that Sophocles gets way too much credit for being a prolific writer? I mean, he only had 3 plays. Didn't even have a single Tony Award. I'm just saying, I don't want to go off on a rant here, but does anybody else think that Lorena Bobbitt makes Jocasta look like Mother of the Year? That one actually makes sense. You need to have a minor in classics to understand that one, but and also be born in 1984. Literally 1984. AWAS. Trade offer. I use AWAS on a spot where it can't give us anything. Go to the curse room. Yeah, we should. Nevertheless. I'm just scared. I don't want to use my Emperor card for a bad reason. But I guess a curse room is a good reason. You don't need a minor in classics to know Sophocles. I suppose that's true. But you do need to take a classics class, so you might as well get something out of it. Sophocles. No, we're not going to turn it into a These Nuts. Hey, come on, man. Sophocles, he's been through enough. He already frickin' died. Like, probably of natural causes 2,000 years ago, but still, like, we don't want to punch down. F. He exploded? That could have been bad. Never mind. No F. No F required. The damage is just disgusting. Ooh, but it could be more disgusting. Well, I don't know. Like, again, I don't want to act like, oh, this run's going to be so hard. Like, even that's great, but we're at the tier cap and the bandages don't do anything. It does appear that the sword is getting closer. I disagree. I think the screen's getting bigger. Although it does appear to be closer to my head, does it not? If it's not swinging, you're good. But what does it mean to swing? Like it does appear to be gyrating a little bit. That's scary, man. You got me freaking out. It's only bad if it starts spiraling. We've been calling episodes Spiral. Is that the same? I used my restraint to not use Emperor card there. I know we have an item room coming up. The item room, due to Damocles, aka Sophocles, plus there's options. My plus Bloody Crown might literally have like 7 items on it. So we want to take a look. Who's your favorite Greek playwright? And you can't say Sophocles. What the heck is the soul of Samson? Homer? He's not a poet. He's an epic novelist. It gives you Berserk. I think Berserk might be a damage downgrade for us. What the hell are you talking about, man? I'm like, Mom's Knife, Monstro's Lung? Certainly feels like it could ruin the run, but also be awesome. So let's give it a try. That's a reroll waiting to happen. Save this Emperor card. The Emperor card... dude, it's getting closer, man. Maybe it's just the turkey ass on my head. It could just be the turkey ass. Empress. Dude, if it weren't for the Emperor being so valuable, Empress could help. I feel like it's getting closer. Do not listen to the naysayers. I just want Algiz, please. We will get one more charge. Like, I still think... I still think Emperor's worth taking into the boss fight. Because if we get hit once early, we can bail. And if we get hit once late, we can bail. If we bail once, depending on what room it drops us in, we might be able to sneak back. No fear, dude. No fear. No fear. Don't drop Temperance. Like, are you stupid? You have Lazrags? Yeah, but it's not about winning. It's about winning as this character. That's a great start, though. like a genuinely amazing start. We won. All right. Well, that's easy enough. That was like the fastest version of that fight I've ever seen. A lost soul has appeared in the basement. Nothing against that one. Okay. / marker. Lost soul.